everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by subscribing and hit the bell notification for new uploads. We are going to create this beautiful pattern, doily, table runner. You can turn it into plate mat to have it as a set by using one row only of this one here and have it as a plate mat. Okay. And add a few flowers, if you want to. If not, you can leave it as is. I had shown this on my previous videos on the granny square that I was creating the set of 3 pieces, but you can go as wide as you like and as long as you like. But before we get started, I'd like to thank very much so a few people that just come to mind like that, that have been following me from the start. And I really want to thank every single one of you for always giving those thumbs up and always commenting on my videos. I want to thank you so much for your time, for your effort, for your patience, and for being there supporting me. I gratefully to every single one of you, especially these women that have been with me from the start and not once have forgotten about me. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So I will go with Karen Coffey, Ella Rose, Karen Young, Betty Sanders. Thank you so much, lovely lady. Nancy Strand, that helped me so much with the crochet codes. I could never forget her either. Clanette Art Crochet, which she's a Brazilian crochet woman. Beautiful things that she creates. Charmaine Smith, my dear, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Dicas and Delicias, which is a cooking Portuguese channel. Thank you so much to you, my dear. Betty Turdorf, thank you. Sabor dos Açores, Taste of the Azores Islands. Leonora Santos, she has a cooking Portuguese channel. Beautiful, thank you. Mallory Crochet, thank you so much. Cecilia Carama, thank you so much. Joyce World and Lifestyle, thank you, my dear. From the beginning, you've been there. Charlene Powers, thank you so much. Karen Atkins, thank you. Kat Andreas, a lot of you know that I mention her a lot. She does the macrame earrings and beautiful many other things. And in some videos, I have her link on the description box. Atelier Rose Saren, thank you so much. Hamara Hanimlar, I hope I said it right. Thank you so much. Zuzi, thank you, sweetheart. Sashad 75, thank you so much also. These are just a few of them that come to mind very briefly. If I didn't mention your name, eventually I will remember sometime and thank every single one of you. But as you all know, not because I'm mentioning names that I'm not grateful for the other ones that I have not mentioned the names. These are just people, just, they're regulars and they just come to mind. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so we're going to use a 4-ply red, 4-ply green, 4-ply white, and I have the pearl and 4-ply brown, and we're going to get started. Thank you again, everyone. I will leave in the description box the link to the granny square. You have to create the granny square first and then proceed with the rest. So you go and create the granny square, come back, and we're going to create this beautiful piece. Since it's Christmas, it's, it gives you time enough if you want to create these pieces for gifts for Christmas or for decoration on your own home. If the video is too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You click there, you slow down the video to your liking. Any questions, any suggestions, you're welcome. Feel free. In the description box also, I will have my Instagram. You can follow me there and communicate with me much faster there than on here on the comments. Thank you, everyone. If you like this video and this pattern, please give a thumbs up. It does help to circulate the video. And again, thank you so much. And the biggest hug ever to Charmaine Smith, sweetheart, thank you so much. And Betty Sanders, you too, my dear. Okay, so we're going to get started. Hook number 3.5 to 4. For some of you, if your stitch is too tight, go ahead with 4. And if you're too loose, go ahead with 3.5. A pair of scissors and a small one. Can't find it somewhere in here. A small one to tuck in loose ends. Okay. And we're going to get started, people. Thank you so much again, everyone. Okay, everyone, so the first thing you want to do is the slip stitch knot. We're going to come right on the corner on the edge of the granny square and single. I'm going to go up chain 2 inside of this corner here. We're going to create 2 double crochet, 1 chain separation, and 2 more double crochet. This is going to be an easy pattern, especially for beginners. 1 chain separation. For you that have too much of a tight stitch, do 2 chain separation. Again, into the square, 2 double crochet, 1 chain separation, and 2 more. 1 chain separation into the next square. Two double crochet, 1 chain separation. I got glue from gluing the flowers on the other one. And again, 2 more. Now, why are we doing 2 like this? Because this is for the round curve. We don't want it to be pulling, so we need to add increase on the double crochet, but the sides are only going to be with 3 double crochet. 1 chain, and on this corner the same thing, so we're going to add and 1 chain and 2 more. On the big one, obviously, because it's larger, it's bigger, I have 6 of these, okay, because it's much larger. So depending upon the size you're making, at your edge, you have to go with the flow. Sometimes if you're going to end up with the 4, 5, 6, like in my case. 1 chain. I'm coming into the side now, and I'm creating 3 double crochet. Okay, so we're no longer doing the 2, 2. Next square, 1 chain separation. For some of you, 2 chain separation if it's too tight. I'm trying to loosen mine, but if I find that it's too tight, I will be doing 2. So when we're coming to the connection, we're coming inside of the space here in the corner of the square. We're doing 1 right in the center. Okay, try to see if you can grab like the 2. Okay, and 1 inside of the other corner of the other square. 1 chain and coming into the next one. Now hopefully it's not pulling too much. If it is, I will have to take it down and do 2 chain. No, that should be just fine. We're going to do this all the way. Exactly what you do on one side, you must do on the other side. Into the center and create your 2 groups of double crochet. 1 chain, one chain, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochet. And again, the same thing. So you're going to have your 4 groups here of 2 double crochet and 1 chain separation between them. And here we start to do the 3 double crochets. So you're going to have same thing on the other side as this side. Okay, so we start at the corner, 2 double crochet, 1 chain separation, 2 double crochet, 1 chain. For some of you, 2 chain. We don't want it to be pulling too much, okay? Want it to be comfortable. Coming in the connection, 1 inside of the space here, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the other space on the corner. Okay, and now you're going to repeat the same thing until the end. 3 double crochet, you're going to put 1 in here, 1 in the middle, and 1 in here again. So exactly same thing on this side. I'll meet you at the end. So you come to the end, you're going to go into the 3rd space and slip stitch. Now you're going to slip stitch your way to the square there. So I call it the walk. I'm walking through it. In here I'm doing already a single, 2 chain. Now we're going to, this row is very easy. We're going to do only 3 double crochets all the way around with 1 chain separation. Now where we have, well, that was not smart of me, was it? Sorry about that. I forgot I had the 2 here. It's always very important to look ahead of the video in case mistakes are done. These are common things to happen. Okay, so we're gonna, I call it the walk, slip stitch to the center here where we have the 2 double crochets with the single and 2 chain. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets, and this whole row will be of only 3 double crochets. 1 chain separation, next space. 3 double crochet. 1 chain separation. We're coming in between the group. And again. So remembering that whatever you're doing on this side, you must do on the other side. And again. I don't know, maybe it's best to put the darker one here so you can see the stitch better. Into the space and create your 3 double crochets. And into the corner the same thing. So we're not increasing on this row because we already did on the previous row. And then you just continue on with your 3 double crochets. Okay, So do yours all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did my one chain. I've closed up on the third space with a slip stitch. And again, I'm going to walk with a slip stitch into the square with a single 2 chain, and continue on doing the same thing, the 3 groups of double crochet throughout the whole row. So continue yours, I'll continue mine, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay. Okay, everyone, going into row 4 now. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one. So we are going to walk with the slip stitch and continue to do the same thing again. Now, just want to explain to some of you that are creating like the bigger pieces with 3 or 4 squares. Now, of course, if you're doing 3 or 4 squares, you can't just only do groups of 3s here. You will need to increase, or else it's going to pull too much. So what are you going to do? Very easy. Now, I did, of course, the first row like this one, and then the group of 3s on the second row, third row, the group of 3s, and the fourth row, only on the edge, I did my groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet. So you do that as many times as you need to, because you might have, instead of having 4 groups, you might have 6 or 8, depending upon how large your granny square is, right? And of course, on the yarn that you use in your thread, it could be thick, so it's going to be bigger, right? So all you do is you do your groups again on the edge, as you see here that I did on the 4th row. So on this 4th row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 on mine. So you might have 8, or you might have 6, or you might have 7, it doesn't matter. And then you continue on the next row with the 3 double crochet. Now I have 7 rows on here, and I'm going to continue mine with 3 here until I see that it's necessary for me to create my 4 groups like I have here on the edges. If not, I'm going to continue with the 3 until my 7th row. Okay, and I'll come back to you on my 7th row and let you know if I had to add on or not. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my 7th row. Okay, everyone, so I just wanted to show you. So I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm on row 5, but I can see it's starting to pull a bit. I don't need too much of increase, so I'm going to try to, instead of 1 chain here on the edges, I'm going to do 2 chain on the edges and see if that works for me without doing the increase. Now, of course, if I need to do the increase, then I'm going to. So I'm going to try the 2 chain and see how that works out. And that avoids all that work of increasing, but most definitely if you're doing the bigger piece, you're going to have to do the increase no matter what. These are just little tricks that we can do without over pushing ourselves on the work. So you do your 2 chain separation instead of 1. For some of you that are extremely tight, then do 3 chain. And I need to do this just enough to pass my edge here on the corner so it doesn't pull as much. So I should be okay after this one here, and I'll let you know how many I've done. See, it works perfect with the 2 chain. Okay, so now the side ones will be 1 chain until I come on the edge here again. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6, but I will be doing a 2 chain here. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all together. Okay, with the chain I'm talking about, that means it would be 7 groups by counting the one here, of course. But we're not going to count the groups. We're going to count the chain. So this will be a 2 chain that I will do at the end just before I close in. 2 chains, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains of 2, and it should fall just perfect. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, everyone, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on my row 7. I'm going into row 8, and now I'm gonna not give any chain separation to close in. I'm going to come directly. I'm going to take out 1, take out 2, and take out 3. This would be like my 2 chain, okay? 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to create the 2 groups here on this corner, okay? Because we don't want it to be pulling too much. 1 chain, and again create my 2 groups, 1 chain, only at the edges. I think I made myself a little knot here. Okay, so I'll meet you as soon as I'm done here and let you know how many I've done. Okay, so I have 7 groups of 2 double crochet with 1 chain separation and then 1 chain separation. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now I'm going to continue my 3. And on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to do these 7. So automatically, if you look well, from the first one we started the group, it falls right into it, okay? It's going to fall right into it, so you know that you're on the right direction. You need to count 7, okay? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 increase, okay? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 3 double crochets on each side. So 7 groups on the edges and 6 on each side. If you're doing this size, of course. If not, then you won't meet up with the same thing. Okay, we're going to do the walk again. Come into the center with the single, and we're going to do our groups of 3 again. So 2 chain after our single, and 2 more double crochet. 1 chain. I'm going back to 1 chain because we did the increase, so we don't need to have it into 2 chains because now we're adding more groups into the corners here due to the increase we did. So this whole row will be the same thing. Now remember that you have to do your 3 double crochets inside of the groups that we did the increases, okay? And you gotta do the same thing to the other side also. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so this is row 9. I'm going to the final row, row 10. So one more, and all the way around will be groups of 3. So, and then you can cut your thread. So we're going to do the walk into the first square, single, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. 1 chain. Now if you need to do 2 chain at the edges, then go ahead if your stitch is too tight. If your stitch is loose, then do only 1 chain. You go with the flow. There is no right or wrong with this. I try to make it as easier as possible. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. This is row 10. Everyone, so we've done row 10. I'm coming in with the green now. And you can pretty much start anywhere, but I'm going to start here on the corner. Or close to the corner, whatever way. It doesn't make any difference with this row. I'm going to do a single, try to hide my thread. By the way, I forgot to mention this thread is 80% cotton and 20% fibers. So we have 1 single, 2 chain, then I'll fix my threads there. We're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochet on the same space. This whole row is going to be the same way. Okay, so there is no mistake on it. 1 chain, 2. Probably need to move a bit of the black so you can see better. It always helps. 1 chain, 2 double crochet, and 1 chain. So we're pretty much preparing the little stems for the flowers at the end. The Christmas red flowers. Okay, you're going to do that all the way around, and then you can cut your thread. Okay, so we finished the green. This would be your 11th row. Now, from the white one, we are going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4 space. Okay, and we're going to start slip stitch knot with the green. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, and I'm like right here where doesn't matter where you start, but I'm going to start right in the center here on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4 space. With a single, and we're creating those branches again. So on the same space, 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 more on the same space. Okay, 1 chain. You can bend your work, will make it easier, so you can bend that row. So we're going to skip this here, the group here, and we're coming into the middle. Whoops, with double crochet again. So we're creating groups, and we're always going to skip 1 group. 1 chain, one chain separation. So we are going to skip this group, which there's 2, and we're coming in the center where there's only 3 double crochets and creating your 2 groups with one chain separation. So very simple, nothing to it, people. One chain, and again we're going to skip this group here and whoops, coming into the next one with 2 double crochet, one chain, and 2 more double crochet on the same space. We're going to do this all the way around. Okay, just like that. Now, if you want the white part to show more, then you go down 5 space, because then the red's going to come up and it's going to cover, and that's what I did here. I only skipped here 1, 2, 3, and I hooked on my 4th, and I believe I should have done 5 space. So what I'm going to do is, since I did 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to go down to my 5th space. I think it's much nicer because it shows more of the white, and I should have done that to begin with, but it is what it is. When you're creating pieces, you only see the end result at the end. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm coming in on my 5th space, just so I can have the white stick up a little bit more. And I'm probably going to take that one down and redo it to have it stand out more. It's going to be a little bit of work, but you know what? It's worth it at the end because it makes it a beautiful pattern. So one chain. So I'm going to create the first group here and come into the second. So it doesn't change any. Oops. And I keep doing the same mistake with a double crochet, not a single. I don't know why I keep doing that mistake, but anyway. So you're going to create, but if you want it to be a close-up, like that one I have there, then you can just skip your 4 rows or hook it on the 4th row. So on this one I have 5. I'm hooking on my 5th row from the top. And when I say 5th, I mean from the white only. If we're counting the last row, the green, so it would be on my 6th row. I think it's going to look much nicer. And like I said, I will be taking the other one down at the edge and redoing the space. So you skip one group and come into the next. We're going to do this all the way around. I think it's going to be much nicer this way, and the red will be here. So we'll have a row of white showing through. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. You can cut your thread right after that. Okay, everyone. So I pretty much finished with my green, and I wanted to show the newcomers, the new people are on here, because a lot of you that have been following me know that I do knots in all my end pieces. So I went through some of the back loops, and now I'm just gonna knot. I split my thread into 2, half. So I have like 3 knots on here, just to make sure that nothing is going to come apart. Smaller needle or hook. I keep saying needle. I don't. That translation in Portuguese is needle. It's not hook. We don't have a translation for that. So I'm going to just go through one and I'm going to cut it. I know I have some that I started here. Annoying. Okay, now for those of you that are doing the plate mat, you could only do just this section without going. So that means you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and then do your green. Okay, so now we're going into the flower. Slip stitch knot. You can grab any one. I'm going to start by here again. Into the V. Single. 2 chains. Now 3 more. 1, 2, 3 chain. Come back 1, 2, 3. On your 4th chain, you're going to do slip stitch picot. Again, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch picot. Again, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch picot, and one more double crochet. So now we have 4 double crochets, 3 picot. I'm going to come in where I have my space here with a single into the center of the next V, double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, slip stitch picot. We're going to do this all the way around, and it's going to be the same thing on the edge here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, slip stitch picot, and back into the center. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch picot, and one more double crochet. So you're going to have 4 double crochets and 3 picots. And then you're going to come in at the end and you're going to close it up over here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so finished my row. Going into my last one. And we're going to repeat the same thing. Coming in with a single, 2 chain. And then 1, 2, 3 more chain, coming into the 4th one. Slip stitch knot. Again, double crochet, 3 chain, and again, and double crochet. Now if you want it fuller, you can do another picot and another chain. I'll show you. So now we have 4. That's if you want it this way. If not, you continue on with the 3. Okay, and then again into the next one. The choice is up to you. To the next place. And again, the same thing. So it's just a repeat now all the way through, and then cut your thread. make a few knots, make sure that it's all safe, tuck in loose ends. So this has 4. I'll see if I want it this way or I'll just keep it as, and of course you have to do a double crochet at the end. So it looks pretty good. You can do with 4 or you can do with 3. Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you, in case you're making the big one, and when you're going to do your row here, the green, and you're going back 4 space or 5 space, and it happens to end up where you have your doubles at the edge, just come in the center. And even though you have the next row there, the middle, it doesn't change anything. Just go in and it goes right through and do your green. So it doesn't change anything, okay? Now, I'm going to show you pretty much how I glue, because it's all glued. I'll leave the links below to the flowers and the little leaves if you're interested on creating them. There's no right or wrong on this. You can do whatever you like. Whatever design you think you'd like it to have. I think I'm going to pull it more over here. So you play with it, you know, and you see whatever way you prefer. You can do your leaves in green also. I wanted to do brown because why not? Christmas has brown also, right? I don't know what you call those brown things that are brown for Christmas. It's usually off the trees. Can't remember the name of it. I'm sure somebody will remember it. I love Christmas. I think it's the only time that I really enjoy snow. When I did live in Canada, is the Christmas time for the snow. So my hot gun should be hot already. So I'm going to place it here just to secure it because that's where I like to have it. Just like that. And then the rest I can just, you don't have to put too much, just a little bit goes a long way. Just make sure you get it all the way to the edges here, just to get it nice and flat. Don't burn yourself because it can get hot. Okay, so I'm going to finish mine up, and I will have the reveal shots at the end. So you might want to stay tuned until the end. If I don't display all 3 of them, because I still have to take that one down and fix it the way I want it and create the small one, but they're all going to be the same thing. So once I am done with it, that's probably the picture that I will be putting it up. The video is probably out already, but I will change the picture on the video and put all 3 of them up. So thank you so much, everybody, again. Much hugs to you lovely ladies and to everybody that has joined. and has been with me from the start. Please give a thumbs up on the video. It helps the video. Share on your Facebook public with your friends and family. And I will see you on the next tutorial. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.